Hi, hey, hello, and welcome to Emerging, a podcast where I talk to artists from around the world and we discuss how they got into the art world, whether that is the fine arts or commercial. These are artists who are in different stages in their career and who do very different things. The show is dedicated to people like me who are very new into the art world and are just trying to find out, where they belong. My name is Arnold Barretto, and I am a photographer, graphic designer, and printmaker. Also, before we get started, if you could just hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, and also leave a comment down below and do all of that YouTube things, it will really help this channel grow and really be a big support to me and this account and all of the little things that I want to do in my life. Yeah. So in my previous episode, I interviewed Erin Dosha, who is a ceramic artist and a painter, and we talked about how it was graduating from an art school during COVID. And then in the episode directly after that, I talked to Jay Carino, who is an amazing illustrator and animator. If you haven't checked out those videos, please go check them out. All of these episodes will eventually be on Spotify and everything, but I'm just working my way through them. So today I have a very special guest on my show. This is someone that I've known for a few years now, and they do so many different things. Are so fucking talented. Um, but yeah, they do so many different things. They are a photographer, a content creator, a musician, makeup artist, cosplayer. Um, just a lot of different things, and they do it so well. So yeah, without further ado, please welcome to the stage, DJ. Hi. Was that too strong? Did I come on too strong?
I loved it. It was like a little kid at the playground. It was like screaming at you, and you're like, damn.
How
I
are
love
you?
that. I
No,
can't. I'm
we're on.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah, how are you?
I'm decent. Decent is good for now.
I mean, it is
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you could be real bad.
It could be real bad. All right, DJ, can you introduce yourself and all of the things that you do? I already did a little bit, which I already did a little bit, but how would you introduce yourself?
Well, I would just say, hi, my name is DJ, also known as Power Glitch87. Some people might know me as Miss Crime Scene. I recently ended up changing my name on social media over to Power Glitch. I just felt it was not as gendered. And also, I feel like I'm just going in a different direction in my life. But yeah, I'm a photographer, model, part owner of a makeup company. Also do some music, just content creating, and show my boobs online for money.
Yes, yes, we love that. And you also you use all of your all of the different things that you do in the every single thing that you do has glimpses of the other skills that you
Right.
have, and you are very specific about utilizing those skills
Yeah.
into every single aspect that you do. That's
Right.
a very weird way of me saying it, but but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So let's circle back to the very beginning. Okay. Actually, let's circle back to where you are right now, and then we'll circle back to the beginning.
Okay.
So, how would you describe where you are in your career? Do you think you are an emerging artist? Do you think you are successful? And how would you describe that success?
Okay. So I started my journey online with Miss Crime Scene at 13. Like I made a MySpace and I started getting creative with photos and it just kind of happened from there. I'm 33 now, so I've been at it for like a long time. It was weird because I feel like during MySpace, I kind of was reaching like a good level. of I was getting like fan mail from people in Germany. There was I had like a German following, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't get it, but I like it.
Yeah.
And then also juggalos, where like every juggalo page would always post my pictures. Um, it was just a thing. And like I had
Yeah.
so many like
But
different fan groups. And then after MySpace, I felt like I had to start all over again. And for some reason, I feel like I'm still struggling to get to like where I was as a teenager. But yeah, I mean, that's also why I kind of scrapped Miss Crime Scene as like my main name. And I was like, I got to just start doing, what I want to do. And, I can't just like hang on to the past and keep repeating things that don't work.
so you would say you're kind of in that you found success at one point, or
Right,
a version of it, and now
right,
you're trying to get like you're trying to figure out that space again.
right. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely, I'm chasing it. Like, I feel like I am at a good spot. I wouldn't say like, like successful,
Yeah.
but definitely not successful.
Yeah.
Because
So
like, makeup company and all this other brand new stuff,
yeah.
and it's actually going really well. So I'm just like, okay, just keep chasing it. And I got to move to Las Vegas, and it's like a whole new world. So I'm just chasing it right now. And I think I'm in a good spot, but I'm definitely not where I want to be.
So you started out on MySpace. That's kind of I mean that's a very fitting for what I know of you. Um
All
but
right.
also it's kind of very interesting that like you were getting all of these fan mails from juggalos and everything at like 13.
Right. I know.
Oh,
I think about it
yeah.
sometimes, and I'm just like at the time I was like, oh cool. And now I'm like, you was a child. Right. At the time, you don't know. You're
Yeah.
like, always so focused on, I want to be older and I want to do this. And it's so cool. And then looking back, you're like, oh no, honey. There's red flags everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you haven't gone into like you didn't go to a college for photography, or you didn't like have any like like not professional training, but like um academic training in the
Right.
fine arts or in arts in general, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you were pretty much self-taught throughout your whole life. So how was that process like for you?
Like school and me just we ain't it. Like it just ain't it for me. I struggled in school, and I think my second time of 10th grade, because I just stopped trying. I dropped out and I started doing like homeschooling. And after that, I was just like, I'm done. Unless it's like just one class for something. Um, I ended up taking phlebotomy. I don't even know why. Yeah. So
Phlebotomy.
yeah, so I did that.
No, what the fuck is lobotomy? I'm a dumb bitch.
Phlebotomy, it's like, like working with needles, like take blood work. And
Aren't you like don't aren't you like sensitive to that?
yeah, I actually like, I hate getting my blood taken. Like I have panic attacks every time. But yeah, so I took that class. My life doesn't make any sense.
It's okay. It's okay.
But yeah, that's the only class I've like taken.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's like photography and even like, video editing, all this stuff that I just end up doing. A lot of it I just went on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, I don't have to struggle in school and whatever, like the information's out there. And
Yeah.
also like I talk to people too, or sometimes you can be like, oh, how much for like an hour of your time? Like, can I pick
Hmm.
your brain? So like
Hmm.
learning from other like professionals, and especially just having the experience too, like just starting. That's the best step, is like, you're not going to know what the fuck you're doing, but you just got to start, just baby
Yeah.
steps. And then you learn how to make it better, and then you learn other things, and it just branches like a tree, and then that's just starting is like the biggest thing.
I feel like I totally agree with that, and it's like constantly doing it is also so much
Right.
more important. And even just like
Yeah.
talking to other professionals in the field, most of the time, especially if they're nice enough, they'll be more than happy to like meet you for a cup of coffee. Like you pay for
Right.
their coffee, and they'll be
Yeah.
happy to have their brains picked out. So Dee, you do a lot of different things and a lot of different mediums, a lot of different creative styles, and there's a particular reason for that, right? You have a disorder or a mental illness that uh, you've been struggling with for most of your life, I believe. Yeah,
Yep.
and that is DID, which is Dissociative Identity Disorder, which used to be known as multiple personalities disorder, and I think that
Yeah.
is now no longer the active term.
Yes.
Yes. So this is a mental disorder characterized by the maintenance of at least two distinct personalities or states, and is sometimes accompanied by memory gaps, but not always. How is this for you personally? And yeah, how is this for you personally?
So, yeah, I ended up getting diagnosed, oh God, either 3 or 2 years ago.
Oh, so recent.
And yeah, so it's like
Okay.
it's a new thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know I had it. Like I had no idea. And when my therapist told me, I was like, excuse me? Like I was just I didn't even know what to think. And I was just like kind of spiraling. I was like
Yeah.
am I real? What is real? You know, it's a lot to take in. Um, but yeah, it starts at childbirth. By the time you're a certain age, I forget what age, I think it's like 5 to 7, you develop your personality. And for most people, you just have one. So you take all the parts of your life and your interests and whatever, and you form one personality. When you have severe trauma as a child, especially like repeated trauma, your brain kind of goes into survival mode, and it'll start to like basically split.
Yeah.
And instead of developing one personality, you kind of just, and that's what it is for like the rest of your life, basically. Like right now we have about 17 of us in our system. That's what we call it, is a system. Where there's no one original. So it's like even me, DJ, like I'm an alter as well.
Mhm.
And not, like it's not like, oh, I run the other alters or whatever. It's like, no, we're all a part of a system, which takes a lot of like internal communicating and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's been a struggle, but I feel like getting diagnosed and reading about it and watching videos on it has helped so much. Because before, I was always just kind of like, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I remember things? Because I would always have people being like, oh my God, remember when you came over to my house? And I would be like, like, who is this? Like, and they would show me
Yeah.
pictures like me hanging out and like, and it was always weird too. And some of my best friends have brought it up to me. Growing up, especially in my like 20s, I had like all these different friend groups, but they were so different. And they were friend groups that would never hang out together. But
Mhm.
I like fit perfectly in with all these different groups. And it's because it was different, like parts of us, like
Yeah.
hanging out with
Yeah.
different people. Um, and it's just like sometimes I look at pictures and it's such a eerie feeling in a way, because I'm like, who the fuck is that? like who is that? But it definitely, it kind of is like the reason why I do all my art and everything. Especially even with like drag and modeling and makeup, and all of those feed into each other, because like it's self-expression, especially for all of us. So
Mhm.
it's like, oh, if Miss Crime Scene wants to come out, she can she can have her own wigs, her own wardrobe. If Johnny wants to come out, he's got that too. You know, if Natis wants to like make some music, like, you know, she can do that too. But it's kind of like a cool way for us also to like fit in, because like people don't really question you if you're just like, oh, I'm an artist, you know, instead of like, why do you have so many looks? And why do you, you know, like, why do you seem different all the time? Or like, you know, this and that. It's like, oh, I'm an artist.
That answers the question.
I'm an artist.
Yeah, that's why they do all of those different things. Yeah. But it's really so interesting that you all have created a space for you all to exist in the world so beautifully, so visibly. Even if the world does not like recognize that it's different parts of you, you are still like, you know, that communicate like that. That's very interesting how you said that you communicate within yourself amongst everyone. Is that a daily conversation? Is like always ongoing?
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like you have like your headspace, and it's kind of like it's like you can make it up if you want to, like, oh, okay, so we meet here. And sometimes when I visit other altars and I'm talking to them, I'll visit them in their spaces and they have their own world. So it's like Cones, she's our clown girl. You know, she's got like a whole circus, like tent and like everything. I mean, sometimes I can't sleep because, we have a brother and a sister in our system, and sometimes they like to fight. And then we also have littles. So sometimes they're like, I want to play and I want to do this and that. And I'm trying to sleep and I'm just like, oh my guys.
It's a party city.
Yeah. And I'll be like, our body is like exhausted, like for our health. Like if we want to feel good, you know, like we need to sleep. And then, but it is a lot of talking, a lot of communicating. Because sometimes you can have certain altars too that hold your trauma and they won't let you like see it and stuff. But sometimes those altars can like, you know, act out or seem aggressive. But really they just need understanding. They just need a little love. And sometimes they think the best way to protect all of us is to like shut people down and, you know, do this and do that. When really it's like, it's constant work every day. And it's just a lot of like self-awareness and also like reaching out and be like, hey, are you okay? Like, you know, which I'm getting like heart palpitations right now talking about it. So I'm like, someone in there is like,
we can change
feeling a little way.
We can change the subject. So how do you feel that has affected your work?
Right. Like, so I feel like sometimes it's great because it's just like, wow, like the options are literally like endless. And we have so many people like, oh, this and that, and like can add to like our art and everything. But sometimes it is a struggle because we're like all over the place where we're like, okay, we cannot have 50 projects that we're working on at the same time. Like we got to reel it in. We got to focus on this one, or, you know, and definitely like keeping lots of notes everywhere, because like forgetting everything happens a lot. But yeah, I think I honestly, I can't even imagine what it would be like to create without having a system and having all of us together. Like even the thought of being like one person, that's weird to me. Like I don't like, I have a friend who she doesn't have an internal monologue or anything like that, and we talk back and forth about that because we're so different, where I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, because it's constant chatter in my head. And it's just weird to me that other people are like, this is who I am. And I'm one person. And I'm like, what the fuck is that like?
Yeah. So how many altars have ongoing projects at the moment?
So I want to say at the moment, I would say like Natis and Brooklyn and me. Who else? I'm like, which one of y'all? sometimes Cones and Stacy, they kind of like pop in randomly where they're like, I want to add a little something, something. But I would say that's about it. Everyone else is kind of like chilling or hanging out or kind of waiting for the next thing.
Yeah. So how has that, you mentioned OnlyFans, how has that affected your OnlyFans and your sex work, and everything that you've done from there?
That can be a struggle because, um, not all of our alters do sex work.
Mm. And
Obviously some of them are children, so
yeah,
obviously they don't even know or have anything to do with that. So if
yeah,
they're like fronting and stuff, it's like obviously we're not making content.
yeah.
And then some of them are just, they're men, and
Mhm.
they sometimes get really depressed. There was a time, it was like over the summer when I ended up like cutting my hair really short and I started dressing a little bit more masculine. A few of our male alters were like, they were just all fronting. And I remember for a while, like, there was a lot of depression. There was a lot of like, I need these boobs gone. Like, this
Yeah.
is not my body. Like, just really, really like sad times. And so there was like no sex work happening at that moment.
Do you feel like you are part of the art world with like, you do many different things? Do you feel like you have found space within the art world?
I feel like it's a very interesting question because I constantly feel, I don't know, it's like it's weird to me because other people see like the stuff we do and like they take it in and they're like, oh, you do all these things and you do art and you create and whatever. But to me, it's like, I don't know, I just feel like it's what I have to do and what we have to do. And it's our way of like showing that, hey, we exist and hey, this is mine. And hey, and but I don't know. I guess I don't really, I always feel like a loner to be honest. Cause like even with like modeling or like sex work and stuff too, like I have a lot of Instagram like friends and they all hang out and they all like collab on shoots and stuff like that. And like a few of them have like said they would shoot with me and stuff, but like it's just not a part of my life that seems to happen. So it's like it's always just like us. And I'm usually just home. And like even in Plattsburgh and stuff, it was like, oh, sometimes these photographers would hang out and they would all do this stuff, but no one would ever like invite me or even
Mm.
mention me. Um, and it just seems like that with like kind of everything, where I always kind of feel like I'm this weird, like in the shadow, like doing my own thing. And I'm just like, like I really, like I would love to like hang out with like other artists and like collaborate and be like, we made this cool video and we did this shoot. And like, I feel like it would make my life like easier too, because it's just like, I don't know, it's lonely and it's just, no, I don't really have like a spot in the art world, but I'm constantly trying to like create one.
Mhm.
And I'm constantly trying to be like, hey, I'm here, but also we're all here too.
Yeah.
Which is a struggle because a lot of people just they don't get it, or sometimes they don't even want to. They're like, oh.
No, it's kind of sad. I want to give you a hug now.
I love you.
I love you so much. Okay, so do you have any advice for young artists who are starting out, who are trying to figure out what to do by themselves without any, academic training or anything?
So I would definitely say, um, go for what you love. And like, I mean, the world is wild and you're gonna want to give up. And I think that's just normal. But if you wake up every day and you're like, this is what I want to do, this is what I think about, really like go for it. And you know, don't feel discouraged because you're like, oh, maybe I can't afford these classes or whatever. There's always ways you can like learn your craft. Um, like I said, YouTube is a huge thing, just start Googling stuff. Go to the library, anything that you can, and just start there. Like the biggest thing is just starting. Like, don't listen to whoever, even if it's a voice in your head, if you have that saying, like, this is too hard or whatever. Because I know not everybody has voices in their head, which is weird to me, but okay. But you just got to get started, like really just, and you will get overwhelmed and you will cry and you will be like, what the hell am I doing? But that's normal. And it's like, you're not going to have all the answers. You literally just have to start. And then you'll start knowing what questions to like ask and get the answers to. And just do it. Just do it before you're old and you're like, bitch, I wasted all that time. For real.
Right. Yeah. No, for real.
Yeah.
In talks of the things that you have going on, is there anything that you would like to promote? I know you have a lot of things to promote, so let's promote them.
Hey.
Okay, promote your shit.
All right.
Promote it. Let's go.
If you want to check out my OnlyFans, it's real cute. And it's only $5.99. Like, it's real cute. It's only $5.99. It's onlyfans.com at powerglitch87.
These links are going to be in my description box.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's easier for you all to find it, so you have no excuse. Also about DJ's OnlyFans, the Power Glitch's OnlyFans, it's not just like, sex stuff. I mean, it is sex stuff, and there's nothing wrong about that. But it's also like a lot of cosplay. It has a lot of bad bitch energy. Yes. Like a lot of bad bitch energy. A lot of bad bitch energy. So if you like Disney villains, or if you like Mortal Kombat, or not even just villains, like you did a badass Velma cosplay on there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I love Velma. I've done 4 shoots of her so far.
Really?
4 different ones, yeah. Our makeup company is Profanity Cosmetics. It's super cute. Our brand is basically about being authentically yourself, because time is running out. The world is whatever. Just be you, So that's what our brand is really about. And my drag mother, Lucy, she makes all the lip glosses. She makes the lip scrubs, and she makes the glitter gels, and the formula is so good. So good. Cruelty free. We don't test on animals because that's rude as fuck.
Anything else you need to anything else you have to promote? Your music.
My music. So me and my drag mother, who also own Profanity Cosmetics, we also have a musical group, a band, I guess, called the Yes Yes Dolls. And basically the music is just absolute bullshit. We just smoke a lot and make songs that make no sense. But our album, Clam Rodeo, you gotta listen to
Iconic.
It. It's on Spotify, it's on Apple Music,
Iconic.
It's everywhere.
Steed. Sodium. Corn.
It's like if you like campy, I don't give a fuck, high energy songs with chill ass beats. Right. Chill ass beats. That's a term I coined right now. This is my official review. You can put it on the album. This long ass review. And it would be great if you leave the part where I said, this is my review, this long ass review, and then this part too. Just put it on the album. Yeah. But yeah, no, listen to their music. It's really fun and really high energy and really clammy. DJ, thank you so much for being on my podcast. It was so great to talk to you again after so long. If you want to reach DJ, please, you know where to find it. There's comments in the section, there's links in the description below. If you want to leave a comment for DJ, please leave a comment in my section. I will make sure they get it.
I will read it.
They will read it. Thank you so much, DJ, for being on.
Yes, thank you for having me. I love you, and this was so fun.
I love you too. All right, bye.
My shit's already dirty. I love that. Hello?
Wow.
Is this thing on?
I'm gonna need to make a whole separate blooper strip.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't even know what song we're dancing to, but I
have no idea.
Like
We've been doing this the whole night. I think we could have a whole blooper section to just us doing this. Like, cue the music. I think somebody's having some issues with their balls. This is a little out of hand. This is way too out of hand.
I got so worried for you. I was like, bitch, what the fuck are you holding?